the best-selling disco song in history. Do you remember dancing to this song? Or when it was playing non-stop on the radio? Disco music completely changed our lives, and more than anything, it started to shape the huge business of music. That's why today we're going through the best-selling disco songs of all time, those anthems that filled dance floors and still make us feel the same excitement as back then. Get ready to relive the energy of that magical era. 15. You Should Be Dancing by Bee Gees. If you stepped into a disco in the 1970s even once, you definitely heard the Bee Gees. These three brothers adapted to the disco sound in an incredible way, and their journey began with this song, You Should Be Dancing. Many remember it as the start of disco's reign. It wasn't just a radio hit, it echoed in every nightclub, every party, every dance floor. Bell-bottom pants, open shirts, and strobe lights seemed made to go with its unmistakable rhythm. You Should Be Dancing sold exactly 860 copies, an impressive number for a time when the genre was just taking off. It was as if the whole world decided to get up and dance together. Hearing it today feels like going back to a time when everything seemed possible, when a single melody could bring generations together on the dance floor. Before we move on, we'd love to get to know you better. Where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments. Let's keep going. Love's Theme by Barry White, Love Unlimited Orchestra. Listening to this song takes you back to clubs with warm neon lights and dance floors that seemed alive. Disco was at its peak, and among all the melodies in the air, Love's Theme by Barry White, Love Unlimited Orchestra, took the genre to another level. What's fascinating about this track is that it has no lyrics, but it doesn't need them, just strings, trumpets, and a rhythm that feels like it touches your soul. And yet, it captured millions of hearts. In fact, it sold over 1 million copies, an incredible achievement for an instrumental song in that era. Barry White, with his deep voice and romantic compositions, was already famous for bringing people closer, even without singing in this track. The orchestra with its elegant style did something rare. Every note felt like a hug, a sigh, or a memory of love stories born on smoky, spinning light dance floors. Subscribe to the channel if you've ever danced to a disco song. Last Dance by Donna Summer. Many of us wanted to dance all night, but sooner or later, the last dance came that special, unique moment you didn't share with just anyone. Donna Summer, who knew disco like no one else, understood the importance of that final dance, and with Last Dance, she gave it a soundtrack. What made this song so great was its unique structure. It started slow, almost like a whisper that touched your heart, then exploded into a rhythm that got everyone moving without a second thought. The song sold over 1 million copies and solidified Donna Summer as the undisputed queen of disco. Not everyone knows this, but its impact went beyond music. Last Dance was part of the movie Thank God It's Friday, and its magic didn't stay on the screen. It won an Oscar and a Grammy, bringing its music to millions of homes and leaving a lasting mark on those who lived through that era. Every note felt like an embrace, a final moment of joy before the night ended. I Feel Love by Donna Summer. Want more Donna Summer? The 1970s were definitely her time, and in that amazing decade, she gave us another anthem, I Feel Love, a song that didn't just make you dance, it felt like it came from the future. What made this track special was its sound. While most disco songs relied on big orchestras, this one was driven by a hypnotic rhythm created with synthesizers that would shape the next decade. That repetitive, almost electric pulse pulled everyone onto the dance floor. And the most amazing part? I Feel Love sold over 1 million copies, proving that innovation could also be a massive hit. Producer Giorgio Moroder didn't realize they were making history by experimenting with those synthetic sounds. But I Feel Love became the starting point for what we now know as electronic music. 11. We Are Family by Sister Sledge. Disco brought us together for many reasons, but the biggest was its sense of connection. No one captured that feeling better than three sisters who poured their love into We Are Family, an anthem that quickly became a symbol of joy, unity, and togetherness. Produced by Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards, two geniuses who captured the energy of the era, this song had a purpose behind its catchy rhythm and harmonious voices. To celebrate family, not just the one you're born into, but the one made of friends and strangers sharing clubs, laughter, and endless nights. We Are Family sold over 1 million copies, becoming one of the biggest hits of the disco era. If you close your eyes, you can picture the dance clubs, the spinning lights, the bodies moving in sync, and the feeling that we were all part of something bigger. The song went beyond music. It became a message of inclusion and collective strength that resonated far beyond the dance floor. Don't Leave Me This Way by Thelma Houston. Thelma Houston is one of those names forever tied to disco, thanks to her incredible talent. When she released Don't Leave Me This Way, you knew it wasn't just any song, it was pure emotion. The most striking thing is the power of her voice. Strong, heartfelt, and yet full of sweetness. Every word seemed to tell a story of love, desire, and vulnerability that connected with anyone who's ever been afraid of losing someone special. The song sold 1.5 million copies, each one a memory of dance-filled nights and shared feelings. Fun fact, while the song was originally recorded by Harold Melvin, the Blue Notes, it was Thelma Houston's version that truly won over the public, hitting #1 in the USA charts and becoming a disco anthem that still brings back vivid memories. What's your favorite disco song? Share it in the comments. 9. Boogie Oogie Oogie by A Taste of Honey. Let's go back to 1978, a year when disco had already taken over the world. Mirror balls spun slowly as A Taste of Honey dropped Boogie Oogie Oogie, a song that became an instant hit. What's amazing is that this track was the first disco single from Capitol Records to go platinum, selling over 2 million copies. 2 million records bringing joy to homes, parties, and radio stations, making everyone who heard it want to get up and move. Boogie Oogie Oogie was a reflection of its time. The simple, catchy lyrics and irresistible rhythm invited you to forget your worries. It didn't need anything more to win our hearts. It was the soundtrack to endless weekends, friends hanging out, and nights that felt like they'd never end. Hearing Boogie Oogie Oogie today, it's impossible not to think of those spinning lights, improvised dance moves, and the sense of freedom only music could bring. Love Hangover by Diana Ross. Among all the songs that define the genre, one voice stood out not just for its skill, but for its warmth. That voice was Diana Ross, and in 1976, she gave us Love Hangover, a song that changed how we experience disco. Diana was already a star, with her history in the Supremes, and a voice that could captivate anyone. But with this track, she embraced the disco fever, taking a risk with a modern sound that blended softness and energy. And she nailed it. The song sold over 3 million copies, taking her career to new heights. What's fascinating is how the song shifts halfway through. It starts slow and sensual, almost like a whisper, then bursts into a danceable rhythm that gets everybody moving at once. It's an emotional journey that mirrors the shift from calm to passion, something many of us remember from those smoky, spinning, light-filled clubs. 7. Disco Inferno by The Tramps. When the night hit its peak and the dance floor felt like it was on fire, this song came on, making us feel like we could dance for days. Disco Inferno by The Tramps came out in 1977, but it truly exploded the next year when Saturday Night Fever made it an instant classic. The movie brought disco to millions of homes, and Disco Inferno sold over 5 million copies, spreading its infectious rhythm beyond clubs to radios, homes, and memories of those who lived through that era. The song was more than a melody. It was an invitation to let go of worries, lose yourself in the dance, and embrace the night. Today, hearing Disco Inferno brings back those endless nights, over 5 million copies sold, over 5 million memories still burning in our minds. Good Times by Chic. Just that melody alone seemed made to capture the spirit of the era. It was Good Times by Chic, a song that felt like life could be celebrated with a single dance step. What many didn't expect was that this track wouldn't just fill dance floors, it would plant the seed for an entirely new genre. Its iconic bass line was sampled by the Sugar Hill Gang for Rapper's Delight, considered the first major rap hit. So, what started as a disco anthem ended up sparking the birth of hip-hop. At the time, Good Times was a phenomenon. People bought it with the same excitement they felt waiting for the weekend to hit the dance floor. It sold exactly 5.3 million copies worldwide, a number that seemed unthinkable for a song born amid mirror balls and colored lights. Bad Girls by Donna Summer. In this list, we've got not one, not two, but 3 songs from the Queen of Disco. In 1979, when the world already knew her name, Donna Summer surprised us again with Bad Girls, a song that didn't just fill dance floors, it captured the vibe of big city life with its mix of glamour and grit. What's interesting is that Bad Girls came from a simple observation: women on the streets, neon lights, the energy of urban nights. Donna and her producers turned that inspiration into an anthem, blending disco sensuality with a touch of streetwise soul. The result was huge. Over 6 million copies sold worldwide. Fun fact, Bad Girls was part of a double album that also included Hot Stuff, another massive hit. That album made history, selling millions and showing Donna's versatility as an artist who could make us dance and feel deeply at the same time. Subscribe to the channel if you want us to do a top list for another music genre. Let's keep going. Le Freak by Sheek Louch. Sheek is back, now kicking off the top 4 with a song that still sounds fresh today. Le Freak was a cry of freedom amid lights and mirror balls. It had an energy that made you move, even if you tried to resist. Believe it or not, this incredible song was born out of pure frustration. Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards, Sheek's creators, were turned away at the door of a famous New York club. Upset, they started singing an angry chorus that eventually turned into the infectious freakout we all danced to. A moment of frustration turned into a party just like that. The response was massive. Le Freak became a global hit, selling exactly 7.5 million copies. In the US, it stayed at number 1 on the Billboard charts for weeks, a spot reserved only for the biggest anthems of the era. Night Fever by Bee Gees. When we talk about the disco fever, one song shines brighter than most for its ability to get us dancing and its lasting impact beyond the radio and dance floor. Night Fever by the Bee Gees came out in 1978, and within months, it was part of Saturday Night Fever everywhere you turned. John Travolta's white suit and iconic dance moves became etched in an entire generation's memory. The song didn't just top the charts in the US and UK, it became the heart of disco culture. It sold a staggering 10 million copies, a number that was almost unthinkable at the time. And here's something curious. The movie's producers weren't sure about including it at first, until they heard how it elevated every scene and realized that without Night Fever, the disco fever wouldn't have been the same. I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. But more than once, we learned that disco wasn't just for dancing. At the height of the genre, Gloria Gaynor came to tell us she'd keep standing strong no matter what, with I Will Survive, an anthem we've all sung along to at some point. The story behind this song is as powerful as its melody. Gloria had just gone through an accident that left her unable to perform for months. Many thought her career was over. But she came back with an even stronger voice, singing not just a song, but her truth. Someone who, despite setbacks, gets up and keeps going. Around the world, people embraced it as a declaration of resilience, a reminder that life can hurt, but you can still keep dancing. The result was historic. I Will Survive sold exactly 14.3 million copies worldwide, and over the years, its message never faded. It became a symbol of struggle, freedom, and hope for entire communities. 1. Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. The ultimate disco anthem, obviously, we had to wrap this up with a song that defines the disco era like no other. You probably recognized it from that iconic beat. Of course, we're talking about Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. That unmistakable voice, that relentless rhythm, it was like a message to keep pushing forward no matter what. It wasn't just music. It was a shared mantra, a call to stay strong and dance through tough times. The song was also part of Saturday Night Fever, the movie that transformed disco culture, and it became a global hit. The album sold exactly 12 million copies, a number that shows not just its popularity, but how it connected with the lives of millions. Those who lived through that era remember it well. lights reflecting off mirror balls, synchronized dance steps, and the feeling of being part of something bigger. Today, hearing Stayin' Alive brings back those years, the energy, the vitality, and the hope in every note. And that's the end of our journey. We'll leave a video with another list of classic songs down below if you want to keep reliving the nostalgia of those times. See you next time!